Hello, friends. Welcome in. Welcome in. My name is Heidi. I'm a regular real person just like you. I'm reading cards today, okay? I'm doing a weekly forecast for all of the 12 zodiac signs by group. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Your vibes for the week ahead. You got two cards. The first card is number 7, move. And see the hands and the heart there. Move. Number 7, move. And the next one is number 5, throat chakra. So yeah, throat chakra is all about your communication centers, communicating with others and receiving that communication. Move is definitely about changing things. Okay, this is a major arcana card here. Also, you could be literally moving location. Maybe you're starting to speak up for yourself. Maybe you quit your job or you're thinking about doing some big giant change like this. Okay, communication is changing. Air signs. This is quite empowered. I kind of just want to say here that I feel the air signs collectively have kind of have their backs in a corner, to where you put up with so much for so long that you're like, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm going to speak up for myself. I'm not going to be involved in anything that is lower than what I desire, right? I can feel how it has taken your anger or your indignance or your wounds, right, to decide to ferociously advocate for yourself. Okay, that's what I see. That's what I feel here for the air signs. It's really taken something for it to build up within you. And I want to say also, it may not be an event or a happening or a negative emotion. In fact, I'm feeling for some there's a building here of momentum before you're allowing yourself to come forth with all of this energy, right? So I'm loving this for the air signs. I do feel quite a bit of empowerment and indignance here. I do feel like, I feel something like from some of the air signs, like, well, if it's fuck me, it's fuck you. I do feel that here. So, be careful. Be careful. I mean, if it's getting you to choose you, then hey, that's great because you should have been choosing you all along. Sometimes we have to get angry enough to choose ourselves and choose our own agenda and fill our own needs and create our heart's desire, right? And if that's the person, if that's you who has been put into that situation to where finally now it's about you, it's your time, your life's about you, then heck yeah, seize the moment. But remember, like Spirit wants me to say too, we can also go overboard with these things. Okay, so when we're newly trying out speaking up for ourselves, we may accidentally go overboard and overshare, share too much, or we may like tell off everybody. Okay, it may just really, there's a balance and a moderation that needs to happen. Okay, but energy is moving and flowing, and it's up to you as the individual living your life to moderate that flow when it's appropriate and to hold back when it's not as appropriate. Now, what's going on here? Decisions, number 32, higher self. Wow. This move is about big, giant changes, right? And decisions is making that change. The number 32, 3 and 2 adds up to the number of 5 here, air signs. 5 is the number of change, big, giant changes, decisions to be made. Higher self is very involved. This card is blue on the border, which makes me think about your throat chakra. Air sign. I feel like some air signs have been channeling their higher self or have been channeling divine beings. I got chills right now. So yes, yes, yes. If you've been channeling your higher self, even if this is I'm standing up for myself and I'm speaking these profound words, or maybe I just happen to have the right thing to say to that person in the grocery store who needed to hear just that. I feel like air signs, divine energy is flowing through your communication centers. Also, this inner knowing is nagging you. It's not going to stop until you honor all of its wishes. Okay, so whatever's going on inside of your belly, it's urging you a certain direction. That's your higher self steering you this way, that way. And your higher self is attempting to make your life better. Okay, so listen to that inner knowing. Listen to your higher self as it nudges you through life. That's that pit in your stomach that doesn't want to be involved in that shit anymore. So don't. Okay, or I don't want to talk to that person, then don't. Then they're not in your plan, and you should not have. You have your decisions, and you're the one who has to live in your skin and sleep in your body and deal with the life that you're living. You're the one who has to show up for everything, right? So decide what you're willing to show up for. And here you have Additional factors. The card is number 6, which is the number of love. I love that. Shock of the new. Wow. So I can see all these different patterns in this card that seem quite overwhelming. You know what I mean? You've got this move card, the throat chakra, the decisions, and shock of the new. Like, oh, snaps. Shock of the new. Like, I've made these decisions or I've said these things and I can't get them back. And now things are changing because I'm changing. Okay, that's bottom line what it is, air sign. Bottom line, what it is. It's not what you said. It's not what you did. It's not who was involved. It's not what happened. You are changing. And what you will allow in your life is also changing, and that's normal and that's supposed to happen, and good for you. The shock of the new is something that will wear off. Okay, anything new is weird, right? This is new, it must be wrong, it must be bad, right? It's different. But that's not always the case. So when the newness wears off and you get a little bit more comfortable moving in these more empowered patterns, that you are putting yourself out there in all these ways, speaking up in all the brilliant ways that you are, air sign, it's no longer going to be shockingly new. It's not going to feel uncomfortable. It's not going to feel forced. It's going to feel very natural to be your natural, authentic self. Gemini, you've got major arcana card number 0, the Fool. So the Fool is about new beginnings, all right? Brand new starts, tossing your hat into the wind. You know what I mean? This person is smiling. There's butterflies all around. That might be a hello from heaven for you, Gemini, okay? But I see the red balloon here. The red balloon speaks to me of flexibility, okay? Especially around that home life, that security, that stability, that's the root chakra there. So I do see with the Fool that things are changing. It's almost like I feel for Gemini, like your life, the patterns of your life have a facelift. And at this time, several different patterns have been lifted and are removed. And it's about you sustaining this new way of being. And that's all you got to do is keep step and sustain this new way of living, this new way of being. You're already firmly on the path. You may not know what to expect. The shock of the new. This is totally new. Very, very new. Okay. But it won't always be new. You're going to get comfortable. You're going to have a flow and a mastery about this process. It's going to take you into all the great places that you want to go, Gemini. So get comfortable. Get comfortable being assertive and speaking up and putting yourself out there, because that's exactly what the world needs. Libra, you've got major arcana card number 6, the Lovers. Boy. So you have all kinds of cards over here that speak about change and decision and new things and speaking up. And there's even a lot of hearts on these cards here. Okay. So the Lovers indicates close relationships in our lives. Maybe that romantic partnership. All right. Maybe things are changing. Maybe spirit is calling you to make some heart-based decisions. You know what? Some heart over mind decisions here, because sometimes things look good on paper, but in the heart of hearts, maybe not, or vice versa. I want to say this, feeling into those relationships in your life, it's up to you to make the adjustments or decisions by co-creating with other people, by communicating. And I feel that that is opening up for you. And I want to say to you, Libra, that there is nothing that you can say that would jeopardize a soulmate bond. Okay, a soulmate type of bond and relationship is the kind of relationship that will accept the flaws and all and work through those things as well. Okay, so some Libras may potentially be afraid to speak up too much for fear of jeopardizing or pushing people away. And what I want to say is, if those are your people, they will embrace your boundaries. They will embrace your clarity, your clear communication. They will love to have you open up and come out of your shell. And if those are the kind of people who do not appreciate the unique quality that you now add as you speak up and advocate and come out of your shell, that's what I really feel is you're getting comfortable. Okay, but the fear there could be like, well, what if they don't like me? What if I'm to this or to that or whatever? Anyone that loves you will not care about those other things. Okay, and if those other things play a factor, then thank you, God, that this may be brought to light now, that you may not waste any more of your beautiful, valuable, precious time and energy in connections that are superficial or not as invested as yourself. Now, I don't predict that here, but what I say is you have got to speak up and lean into the healthy relationships, and then you'll definitely recognize which relationships may not be healthy, and it's okay to pull away from those too. because Spirit has the best plans for your life. And that does not include dysfunction, toxicity, abuse. Sometimes we develop a higher tolerance for those things due to our past. And I want to say to the air signs, but to Libra specifically, that you don't have to compromise, and you don't have to desensitize yourself to be okay with certain behaviors. If you're not okay with that, then it's not for you. And it's okay to find a life or a path or a way outside of those things. Aquarius, you have the Nine of Wands. We got a lot of nines today, don't we, guys? Okay, so you still have moved the throat, the decisions of the higher self, trying to come through you, right? Trying to speak through you, trying to nudge you in this direction, that direction. The shock of whatever this newness is. This Nine of Wands is about making sure that you assert your healthy boundaries. All right. This Nine of Wands is a leader. Okay, they got to where they're at by experience. Okay, and they're not someone who just trusts easily. I want to say this to Aquarius, like, I feel like you're moving through changes, transition here, and you're just hoping to take the next best choice, something like this. Like, I'm just trying to choose right in every moment so that I can have a better, smoother life, whatever this may be. This Nine of Wands indicates like not inviting in any new energies at this time. Like, I'm feeling this here for Aquarius specifically. This is about being guarded a little bit, maintaining your boundaries, recognizing that where you go from here is of your own choosing and accord, and something outside of yourself is not going to add to the quality of life that you are seeking. Not in that way. You're going to have to take actionable steps to speak up and move in the ways that you choose to, okay? But they must be in alignment with your soul. When we're moving in ways that are not in alignment with our soul, with who we are inside, it creates dissonant energy patterns, more lessons to have to integrate and understand, challenges to move through, that kind of thing. So being in alignment with your highest self, your kindest self, your most loving self, and that means toward yourself as well, being in alignment with those things and keeping all other things outside of that fence, outside of the gate of your life, Aquarius. That's what Spirit's saying. Hone your focus. I really feel a call, this shock of the new. Get comfortable with what you have going on before you invite others in. Okay, that's how I feel. And that is what I have for the air signs here. Thank you for letting me read for your air signs.